I have been in civil rights all my life, ever since I was 18 years old. In my journey in civil rights, I was so blessed to have mentors such as Coretta Scott King, Rosa Parks. I was very young when I was placed on the National SCLC Board, which stands for the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. started this organization in 1957. I think the biggest thing that I learned from them was that a civil rights worker is nothing that you can create. Is something that it's God-given, because it's so many challenges on this journey, and that's what they always rather preach to me. They taught me never to hate the oppressor, because hate is too big a burden to carry. Always to love and educate and inform, and that's what we did, and that's what they taught me, and those are the wonderful things that I remember. And I do this to this day, and I mentor other women, young women, to do that, because you do not want to become like the oppressor, because if you do, we have not won anything. When I can look at African American men and women, the accomplishments that they have made, and the struggle that they went through, and they were determined to never give up. They were taught that to be proud of who you are and never become someone that you don't want to become. One of the things that bring me back to some of the things I've seen just starting here at John Randolph Medical Center. When I first was employed here, I could not go down to administration and see anyone of color, and very few African American nurses or doctors. I did not see that. But one of the things that I'm proud of, that the organization, that Dr. King's organization, we brought to this hospital affirmative action. And in bringing affirmative action, you had to hire a certain amount of African Americans. And that made me really proud. But one of the proudest moments that I had when I was able to witness in my lifetime an African American CEO. I remember being at this hospital, and African Americans could not come here in the front door. They had to go in the basement. It's so much history, so much here, but this is just one place. But I've seen so much growth in all that we've done. When we would travel all over the states for SCLC and the national conventions, we would march in Birmingham. And of course, I know you've heard of the Edmund Pettus Bridge. And John Lewis was my friend. I was able to march with him so many times in Selma over the Edmund Pettus Bridge. The history for us was so happy at this time. When John Lewis and Dr. King and all of them first tried to attempt to go over, he was beaten and so many brutal things. But the times that I was able to march with him over, the office of the law enforcement march, they were there in numbers, so many numbers, to protect us. And we were able, John Lewis was able, and all of the civil rights workers, to march over that bridge proudly. Just so many great persons. They all have paid their dues and they're gone to heaven, but they made a difference for all of us. Not only for African Americans, but when people come together and understand that it's wrong to judge any human being by the color of their skin. Always judge a person by the content of their character. And when you come together, whatever race you are, and you understand that, it makes it better for the whole world. We have to keep on fighting that racism will end, and we can never, ever allow it to flourish again.